What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you 6 players that you should add to your watch list before the season starts. These players have the potential to be everyday starters for your fantasy team this season. Before we start this video, let's hop over to our player of the day. In this segment, I will give you a random stat that's associated with the player, and in the comment section below, it is your job to figure out who that player is. The random stat today is: can you name the Minnesota Wild's total point leader since 2017? In this time, he played 229 games for them. Leave your answers in the comment section below. Just a reminder to our viewers, we've officially launched our website. The link will be in the description. We have some amazing articles, and our player and goalie projections are also available. We would love to hear about the teams you drafted this year and any decisions you're looking at making. Just hop on over to our website and go to our discussion board. We'd love to break down and analyze your team, as well as provide any advice on what moves you should be looking at making next. With all of that said, please enjoy the video. The first player that you should add to your watch list this season is Jack Studnicka of the Boston Bruins. The 2017 second round pick had a strong showing in the AHL last season, where he scored 23 goals and 49 points in just 60 games. He finished as the top scorer in Providence, 10 points ahead of the player behind him. He was a 20-year-old last year, and the other 20-year-old on the team had just 15 points in the same number of games. With David Pastrnak out for at least the first month of the season, this leaves a vacancy on Boston's top line. Studnicka has been skating with Marchand Bergeron in their training camp right now. His minutes at this point are pretty much unknown. Boston may have him there for the first period and then make some changes throughout the game. But as long as Pastrnak is out, someone has to fill the top line role. And if Boston starts off the season hot, I can't see them making any changes. The next player that you should add to your watch list this season is Nolan Patrick of the Philadelphia Flyers. The former second overall pick has played in 2 seasons with the Flyers, posting up 30 points in 2017 and 31 points in 2018. Patrick has been dealing with a migraine problem that kept him out for the entire season last year. If Patrick is 100% healthy this season, he can be extremely valuable for fantasy owners. He is currently skating on the third line with James Van Riemsdyk and Jakub Voracek. Both of them are 2 very competent players that had a ton of success in their career at the NHL level. The Flyers are going to be extremely good this year, and they have a bunch of depth. This could have a toll on Patrick's playing time, and the added uncertainty of his migraines makes him a watchlist player at this point in the season. Chandler Stephenson is the next player you should add to your watch list. Stephenson was traded to Vegas last year, and he got his first opportunity in Vegas in a top 6 role. When Paul Stastny went down with an injury, we saw Stephenson step up to center Pacioretty and Mark Stone on the top line. Together as a line, they produced the number 1 expected goals for per 60 in hockey. In 221 minutes, they combined for a 4.09 expected goals for per 60 and a 1.81 expected goals against per 60. Now that Stastny was moved to the Jets, this leaves a vacancy on the top line. As of right now, Stephenson is skating with Pacioretty and Stone in training camp, so this looks to be the line to begin the season. Personally, I wouldn't add Stephenson to your roster right now. He has yet to play top line minutes in any of his 5 years in the NHL, so for now, I would add him to your watch list and monitor his production and minutes. If he's playing over 16 minutes per night on the top line, you can look to add him to your roster. The next player to add to your watch list is Swedish rookie Nils Hoglander. Hoglander was a second round pick by Vancouver in 2019, and he's been played in the Swedish league the last few years. In 23 games this year, he has 14 points and a +7 rating. The 20-year-old has made a name for himself at the Canucks training camp, earning a spot on the second line with Bo Horvat and Tanner Pearson. We can't forget how good Hoglander was at the World Juniors last year. In 7 games, he scored 5 goals and 11 points, finishing 3rd in the tournament for points. The Canucks like what they see from Hoglander so far, and if given an everyday opportunity to play on the second line, he can provide fantasy owners with solid value throughout the season. For now, like the other players, monitor his minutes and who he's playing on a line with. I know that Vancouver loves to move players around during games, so it'll be very important to track that. The next player, and definitely the most proven player on this list, is Robert Thomas of the St. Louis Blues. Thomas had a quiet 42-point season last year, playing on the third line in St. Louis. The 2017 first overall pick is skating on the second line right now with Jaden Schwartz and Mike Hoffman. The news was recently announced that the Blues signed Hoffman to a 1-year deal. This now ensures his spot on the second line with St. Louis. Thomas's skill set has an emphasis on his playmaking ability, and this meshes perfectly with Hoffman's elite sniping ability. Schwartz also adds a solid two-way presence with an offensive upside as well, and the three players together could be the best line for St. Louis this year. We are confident that Thomas will see more minutes this season, and that will only add to his production. Out of anyone on this list, he's definitely someone you want to pick up because he's already proven himself to be a solid NHL player. So the final player that I want to talk about is someone that no one has their eyes on this year. This player is John Leonard of the San Jose Sharks. Who's John Leonard, you ask? The UMass product was taken in the 6th round by San Jose in 2018. He has put up back-to-back point-per-game seasons in NCAA, and last season, he scored 27 goals in 33 games as a 21-year-old. He's currently skating on a line with Evander Kane and Thomas Hertl, and from what I've read, he's already made a name for himself in the San Jose training camp. Now there is a bunch of uncertainty with Leonard. We have no clue how many minutes he will see, and we don't know how the transition from NCAA to the NHL will be for him. But a good example of a late round NCAA pick panning out in the NHL is Johnny Gaudreau. Gaudreau was a 4th round pick by Calgary, and he lit up NCAA hockey. His transition was seamless, and he instantly became an elite player in the NHL. Now, I'm not saying Leonard is on the same path as Johnny Gaudreau, but it's clear that NCAA was no competition for him. For now, keep a close eye on Leonard moving forward because he could be a candidate for the Calder Trophy this year. That'll do it for our must-add watchlist players. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We have tons of content coming to you for the start of the NHL season, so click that bell in the top right corner to be notified whenever a new video is posted. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.